G'day guys, how are we going? Look, there's a question that rolls around on social media. Now, it rolls around a fair bit, and I thought, well, I'd like to have a chat with you guys about it and see what you guys think. I've got my view on it, so stick around and let's get in the video. Righto guys, so the question that I just want to have a chat to you about, as I say, I got my own take on it, but I've been very interested to see what you guys think. Now, this is a question that I do see comes around on social media a fair bit, and this one only came up maybe only a few weeks ago, where a guy's got on there, he wants to drive Blue Rag Range Track and Billy Goat Bluff Track a bit later on down in the year, so that's all good. Listed the modifications of his full drive, so it had front rear lockers, tyres, suspension, winch, all that sort of stuff. So yep, sounds like a very, very capable vehicle. He also did mention that he's never driven these tracks before, and then he wanted to know, well, is that vehicle going to be suitable? Will it drive those tracks? And I thought, well, you know, and then you start to see some of the replies coming in and say, mate, yeah, you'll be right, it's like a highway at the moment, and with that sort of setup, you know, piece of cake, you get up there, no worries at all. And I just think that's probably not really good advice to give with those sort of scenarios. Yeah, sure, the vehicle's very, very capable, but what sort of driving experience has that particular person got that's asking these questions? Now, it's great that they're asking, getting some feedback rather than just getting their full drive and go and drive them and potentially get themselves into trouble. But I think it's really important that we find out what is the experience of the driver. Now, I did ask, and I do ask on a lot of these sort of questions, I ask, you know, what is your driver experience? And sometimes they answer and, you know, sometimes they don't. So I think it's pretty important that, you know, we find out a bit about the driver who wants to go and drive these tracks. Because, you know, there's one that sort of stuck in my mind. Now, I'm going back probably a couple of years ago now, where the same question was asked, and yeah, Billy Goat Bluff Track was the track in question that this particular person wanted to go and drive, list the modifications of his vehicle, and yeah, will I get up Billy Goat Bluff Track? And again, same sort of question, feedback starts coming in, but one that really stuck in my mind, and this particular person replied back saying, well, if Ruthie can get up there old Milo, anyone can get up. And I thought, now, hang about here. I reckon there's a lot more to this than just old Milo. Now, for starters, Milo's a very, very capable vehicle. It's front and rear locked. But the other thing is, the guy driving old Milo, being Ruthie, look, he's got a truckload of full driving off-road experience right around Australia, not just in the high country. And he knows Milo very, very well. And when you combine that driver experience in a well set up full drive, yeah, sometimes they're going to make it look very easy when they drive these particular tracks. But it's just combining those two, and then, you know, then you get half a chance of getting up, because at the end of the day, a full drive, well, they're not invincible. They don't have a mind of their own. Don't have a brain. They can't think for themselves. They don't know where to go on those tracks when you're driving up these particular tracks where you're going. And the only reason why they get up, it's purely because of the experience of the driver behind the steering wheel that picks all the right lines and knows where to put the tyres on the track. And if you can do all that and you got that good experience, well, you give that vehicle half a chance of getting it and you up those tracks. So I just think it's a really good idea that we find out, you know, a bit more advice and a bit more experience about the driver. Look, same with my Nissan Patrol. You know, I've had this for 10 years and I've driven full drives prior to this one as well, but you know, I've had this from day one. It's front and rear locked, it's got reduction gears and the transfer case. So yeah, very, very capable vehicle in the mighty Victorian high country. But you know, I know that thing like the back of my hand. I know what my off-road driving experience is. I know exactly what that can and can't do. So when you combine those two combinations, it's a very, very safe combination too when you get into that sort of, you know, situation where you know your vehicle very, very well, but also only comes from, yeah, spend a lot of time, one, out full driving and also a lot of time in the same vehicle. And, you know, it's the same with that. You know, I just know it very, very well. So there you go, guys. That's sort of my take on it. I'd be just really keen. What do you think? Is it just about the full drive that gets you up the tracks, or is it just about the driver, or is it about both? And I think at the end of the day, it's really, really important that, you know, we give some good feedback for not only that person that's asking the question, but anyone else that's reading these particular posts and wants to go and drive these tracks, maybe for the first time, later the year, next year, whatever. Well, let's give some good feedback, and then that way everyone can learn something from that particular track. So there you go, guys. Driver, vehicle, or both. Put your comments down below. Very interested to see what you think. In the meantime, we're going to catch you out in the bush someday.